Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of the Fish and Practice podcast. I am your host, Dr. Evelyn Samuel. And boy, have I got a treat for you today. Today, we're going to do an efficient practice pearl. We're going to be talking about how to create a stress-free day. And yes, you can have a stress-free day in your dental office. So today it's all about how to create a stress-free day in the dental office. These are going to be 5 simple tips that you can implement right now, today, to make your practice more calm. So let's get right into it. Let's jump right in. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to arrive early. Well, of course you want to arrive early, but you would be surprised how many offices have team members, doctors, and other people on the team who are habitually late. I have seen this all across the country, and it just makes such a difference if the team is there early. They can set up their rooms, have the operatories all laid out and ready for the patients. And literally when the patients walk in the door, they can be seated. So it's better than being seated on time. They can be seated early. So make sure to arrive a few minutes early, get those rooms set up, and it sets the tone for the day because everyone is centered and they're not rushed. So tip number 2, have a productive morning huddle. This goes without saying. And there again, you would be surprised how many offices do not have a morning huddle. I just don't understand that. A morning huddle gets you ready for the day. It puts you in the right frame of mind, and it gives you a plan. It's like that huddle so you can plan the entire day out. You can do things like look for spots on the book where you can put in emergency patients. You can look over the schedule so that you know your production goals, if those are being hit. You can look for areas where you can maybe do more treatment, like if a patient comes in, they may want to get more treatment done. All of these things can be done in the morning huddle. And I suggest always starting your morning meeting or huddle off with a positive quote. This is something that I've always done with my team. And there again, it just sets the whole tone for the entire day. It puts everyone in a good mood, and it just gets your mind ready to handle whatever comes your way. So have a productive morning meeting. Number 3, schedule properly. Hello. Well, we all know that we should schedule properly, but sometimes we find ourselves just putting patients on the book because the book appears to have an opening. And just because there is a space on the book, of the appointment book, does not mean that that's an open slot for an appointment. We want to make sure that we are templating our schedule so that the day will run smooth. And we definitely don't want to schedule like numerous complex procedures beside each other because it feels really stressful to the provider, like to the dentist and the clinical team that's in the back, and to the patient. So we want to make sure that we are scheduling properly and allowing enough time for the procedures that are being done. So do not schedule too many complex things together. Template the book so that you can schedule properly, and it just makes the day run smooth, and there's just a flow that you get with that. Number 4, run on time. Run on time, people. I have a thing for people waiting for me. I do not like to run behind. It makes me nervous when patients have to wait on me. I don't like to wait. You've probably heard me say this when I go places. And I don't like for people to wait on me. So please, please, please respect your patient's time. They will appreciate this professionalism, and they will beam about your services. Run on time. Respect those people, your patients' schedules. And this tip kind of runs along with everything else that we've said, the 3 tips before. If you arrive early, if you have productive morning meetings, if you're scheduling properly, these things will all help you to run on time. And it's so important. Like I said, patients just love it when you respect their time, and everybody just feels better. So run on time. And last but definitely not least, end your day on a positive note. So, just as important as starting your day on a positive note, it's very important to end the day on a positive note as well. I created something in my practice called a what went well session. So no matter what happens during the day, like if you have one of those Murphy's Law kind of days where everything is just kind of going amok, at the end of the day, a what went well session causes the team members to come together and have a brief meeting, about 10 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes or so. It doesn't take long, and you all get together and you go around the circle, and each person focuses on something that went well that day. So it can be something as simple as all of the patients showed up today, or all of the cases were beautiful, or Mrs. XYZ was said this was the best experience of her life. It's just that you are focusing on things that are positive, no matter what happened that day. And you will see how this just makes the entire team feel really good about what we do. We help patients, we create beautiful smiles, but it just makes you feel good about the day. So I could go on and on about things that make the office feel calm, because I really like a calm and centered environment. But these are just 5 simple tips that you can implement right now, and it'll make a world of difference in your practices. So, this concludes another episode of the Efficient Practice Podcast. Like I said, make sure to create a stressful or less stressful environment in your dental practices by implementing these 5 tips. So I can't wait to see you on the next episode. Until then, take care and be well.